I call this hearing to order. Today we are here to discuss the Utilizing Significant Emissions with Innovative Technologies Act, or simply the Use It Act. The Use It Act would encourage the commercial use of man-made carbon dioxide emissions. The bill supports the use of carbon capture technology, including direct air capture. The legislation also expedites permitting for carbon dioxide pipelines in order to move the carbon dioxide from where it's captured to where it is stored or used. For those of you who are not familiar with the Use It Act, it is a practical, common sense piece of legislation to turn carbon dioxide emissions into valuable products. We can use carbon dioxide to extract oil from wells that wouldn't otherwise be profitable through a process called enhanced oil recovery. We can capture carbon dioxide and use it to make building materials and carbon fiber. Captured carbon even can be used for medical purposes. Today we're going to hear testimony about other new and exciting developments in the area of carbon capture technologies. When I introduced the Use It Act last year, we had a group of 4 senators in support, including members of this committee, Senators Whitehouse and Senator Capito. And I'd like to introduce into the record an article published in the National Journal last week entitled, "The Senate's Quiet Climate Policy Dealmaker." You look great in that picture, Sheldon. This is magnificent. The article praises Senator Whitehouse for, quote, finding incremental successes working with Republican colleagues. And I hope there's no objection to introducing this.
I don't know. Does Senator Cardin have any objection?
Well,
thank you, Chairman. That's kind of you.
The praise is well deserved. This Congress, I want to again thank Senator Whitehouse and Senator Capito for their continued partnership as we work to get the Use It Act to the President's desk. Support for the Use It Act has now grown from an initial bipartisan group of 4 senators to a larger group of 12 senators, including 7 of my colleagues on this committee. Along with Senators Whitehouse and Capito, I'm pleased that this Congress to have Ranking Member Carper, Senator Kramer, Senator Duckworth, Senator Rounds, and Senator Inhofe as co-sponsors of the Use It Act. In addition, a bipartisan companion bill has been introduced in the House of Representatives. When we had a hearing on the Use It Act last year, we heard testimony about the many ways carbon dioxide can be transformed from a useless byproduct into a valuable commercial good. Interest in the Use It Act has continued to grow since last year. This is in large part due to the bipartisan success we had with the Future Act, which was signed into law a year ago. Senators Whitehouse, Capito, and I led that legislative effort as well. The Future Act extended and expanded the tax credit for using and storing carbon dioxide. The Clean Air Task Force called the Future Act one of the most important bills for reducing global warming pollution in the last 2 decades. The extension of and expansion of the so-called 45Q tax credit through the Future Act has expanded public interest about how we capture and use carbon dioxide. This Congress, I've continued to focus on ways to expedite and expand the use of carbon capture. That begins with the Use It Act. Last Congress, we unanimously supported the legislation out of the committee by a voice vote. This Congress, we want it signed into law. America should reduce emissions through innovation, not punishing government regulation. The Use It Act advances that goal. This is also the approach we took with the bipartisan Nuclear Energy Innovation and Modernization Act. The bill will make sure America remains a leader of nuclear energy innovation. Nuclear power creates jobs and is critical if we are going to reduce our carbon dioxide emissions. President Trump signed the legislation into law earlier this year. Passage of the Nuclear Energy Innovation and Modernization Act was an important step forward. So I look forward to continuing to work with members of this committee on both sides of the aisle to make additional progress in promoting nuclear energy technology, including exploring solutions to nuclear waste disposal. This committee has and should continue to lead on bipartisan and on common sense solutions. Such solutions do not include, in my opinion, the Green New Deal, which I believe is unworkable, and according to Doug Holtz-Eakin, the former director of the Congressional Budget Office, would cost between $51 and $93 trillion. My ideas do include the Use It Act. As Axios recently reported, although the Use It Act is not as high profile or sweeping as the Green New Deal resolution, also unveiled on the same day, the bill takes a more direct, concrete aim at the root of climate change, emissions themselves. So when we work together, we have shown we can promote American leadership, grow our economy, and lower our emissions. I would now like to recognize Ranking Member Carper, a co-sponsor of the Use It Act, for his opening act.
Thanks, Mr.